They say time is money. But in the early hours, under a gray sky outside a courthouse, I watch people who make their rent by standing very still. Fold-up chairs, thermoses of coffee, a sleeping bag or two. They not waiting for justice. They reselling their place in line to someone who can tea or one tea. In this city, time isn't just money. It's a luxury good. And like all luxury goods, it's being packaged, priced, and sold. This is the booming market where time is the product. Airport fast lanes and concierge memberships. Skip the line passes that turn waiting into tears. Groceries that arrive in minutes. A driver at your door in 3. A personal assistant living inside your phone. The apps do not say, spend. They say, save. Save 12 minutes. Save an hour. Save yourself. A few miles from the courthouse, a cyclist tightens the strap on a sweat-stained helmet. His phone vibrates another order. Another promise to shave 5 minutes off someone else's evening. Each beep is a contract. Your dinner for his sprint. Your calm for his risk at the yellow light. He sells tiny slices of his day so someone else can stitch together a longer one. Economists have a polite phrase for this, reducing friction. You can feel the language trying to smooth itself to sand down the edges of what's really happening. Friction is a line in the rain, a stroller on a crowded bus, 2 transfers to get to a night shift, your hands hauling groceries up the stairs. Friction is life. Someone figured out how to charge a premium to make it disappear. The numbers are coy about it, but the signs are everywhere. Annual memberships that turn airport security into a velvet rope. Theme parks, where the fast lane is a product on surge pricing. Private concierges, for the ascendant fixing a sold-out table. It's a perfect last-minute gift. A doctor who will come to your living room. At the highest end, there's a person whose job is to keep your calendar empty and your life full. Like a minimalist art gallery where nothing hangs on the walls except your priorities. But here's the part I can't stop thinking about. When we buy time, what do we fill it with? A well-known study found that spending money to save time can actually make us happier, less stressed, more satisfied. The catch is that we tend to spend saved time badly. We pour it into more work, more checking, more digital noise. We buy an hour and rent it out to our anxieties. Meanwhile, down by the court, a line stander talks about the cold like it's a coworker. Her fee depends on the length of the wait and the demand for the session. Big hearings are busy season. She tracks weather, security procedures, the quirks of guards, the lengths of benches, the best radio stations for staying awake. On paper, she sells her place in line. Practice, she sells certainty. When the doors open, your day will go the way you planned. She knows that the most expensive thing in America isn't always cash, it's surprise. The tidy language of markets, this all makes sense. If your hour is worth more than the fee, pay it. If you have hours to sell, list them. But time doesn't behave like money. You can't store it, diversify it, win it back at the end of the quarter. For some, time comes in clean blocks, nights and weekends and holidays that stretch. For others, it comes fractured, like glass. 10 minutes here, 12 there, a half hour caught between a school pickup and a double shift. Time poverty isn't just the absence of hours. It's the inability to use the hours you have. Sociologists have a phrase for this: temporal inequality. The more money you have, the smoother your hours become. Less waiting, less commuting, fewer lines, more buffers. And the more money you have, the more you can pay to bend time around your schedule, like light around a planet. Downstream, somewhere you can't quite see, someone else has to stand a little longer, pedal a little harder, click a little faster to make that curve. Of course, there's another story here, one that refuses the market and treats time as a commons. In Japan, there are programs where you can earn time credits by helping an elderly neighbor. Credits you can spend later when you need care yourself. In parts of Europe and the United States, time banks let people trade skills hour for hour. An accountant swaps an afternoon of tax help for a plumber's evening of repairs. A student teaches a class in coding in exchange for guitar lessons. No surge pricing, no platinum tier. Just the old radical idea that your hour and mine are equal. But equality is a fragile thing in the age of optimization. Our devices whisper that every idle minute is waste, that waiting is a bug, not a feature, and so we outsource the bugs. We turn them into someone else's job. The line, once a shared annoyance, becomes a map of who can pay to vanish and who cannot. At the airport, I stroll through a special lane because I paid a fee. The sign calls it efficiency. I wonder what it does to us, the small, constant lesson that some lives should move faster. The lesson that the way to feel less human vulnerability is to subscribe to something. Efficiency promises liberation. But convenience can be a soft prison if it only frees you to do more of what you already do. Somewhere in a glass office, a founder pitches the next shortcut as a kindness. The PowerPoint shows minutes saved, stress reduced, satisfactions multiplied. Investors nod. The market is hungry for saved time, but who will serve it? Whose minutes will become inventory? There's a measure I keep returning to, a simple test. If saving time liberates you to be more present, to read to your kid without glancing at your phone, to call your mother for no reason, to take a slow walk, and taste the evening, then maybe money did what money can do at its best. It gave you back a piece of your life. If saving time only lets you respond to more emails, or take the meeting that never should have been a meeting, or scroll until midnight, then the luxury you bought was an illusion. You skipped the line, and the line followed you home. We live in a world that can send a package across town in 15 minutes, but can always guarantee a nurse a 15-minute break. We put a price on speed and call it progress. Maybe the revolution isn't to optimize every moment, but to rehabilitate the humble ones. The wait, the walk, the unproductive hour, the bench in the sun. To treat time not as a commodity, but as a habitat somewhere you live, not something you spend. What would it mean to measure a good life not by how little you waited, but by what you did while waiting? To let the line be a place where you breathe, where you look around and notice the lives running beside your own. In a market that sells time as a luxury, perhaps the most subversive act is to give some of yours away, freely, to someone who needs it, and then to keep a little for yourself, to sit with it, feel it moving, like a river that you don't need to cross, not yet. Thank you very much for watching the video to the end. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like and comment to share your opinion. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends. See you in the next video. Be well.